You're seeing me because you're being called to break a repeating pattern in your life. You could be seeing a lot of nines at this time, a lot of repeating zeros, which suggests that you are in this in-between space of closing out a cycle and beginning a new one. And this is one that has been repeating multiple times in your life. If you need any more help and support with this, head into your Astra app and you can ask it, what are some tactics I can use to close out a cycle? Here it references my Cancer rising, where I have a tendency to hold on to things, emotional patterns for a little too long. So to identify the emotional root is how I can get rid of cycles. I'm called to this deck here, which is back to my roots here. This is my No BS deck, which I always feel called to when it's time for like heavy hitting advice. So this is kind of like my listen up deck. This is a cycle that you've been experiencing you've been experiencing the same thing, almost in new forms. It'll be like the same scenario, but like different location, different people, 111 on my timer. But there's a repeated undercurrent here. I've been hearing a lot about trust, self-trust, the need to release things. So with this Four of Pentacles in reverse, something stuck that you've been holding on to is time for you to let go. That's why you could be seeing a lot of nines, a lot of zeros. You could be seeing a lot of ones also. Yeah, Ace of Wands, so confirmation of this one, that the universe wants to bring in something new, some kind of divine inspiration. You're being asked to expand outside of your comfort zone, outside of whatever limitations that have been placed on you through any kind of hardship, heartbreak, or unfavorable situations. Yeah, there is this need to get to the root of the problem. There is some kind of emotional release where I'm drawn to these volcanoes on this Ten of Swords card within the eyes, is that there is something that you need to take a look at, some emotions that you've been repressing that you may need to vent in some kind of way. This could be journaling. This is working out your 222 on my timer. So again, a lot of repeated numbers. Something that needs to be brought into balance here. Apples are also significant. I've been getting a lot of signs of those in my dreams. No coincidence that it's the fall time and apples tend to come up in my dreams around fall. Something around structure is important here. Candles could be significant. Your inner wisdom is trying to teach you something. You have the key to open up your next level. You have this new emotional beginning that is available to you. There is this kind of tower that's presenting here, but it's almost like in the background is that you've gone through this enough times, that you've experienced this tower moment within this cycle enough times, that you do have the key, which is what is the trigger or the trip for this cycle, that you've experienced it the same way in so many different like dimensions that you can actually see the root cause. Where I'm drawn to on this elephants are like a sign of wisdom, is that I'm drawn to the roots here, and something that's sprouting from it is that this wasn't a fruitless endeavor. There's a lot of like roots on these cards. This wasn't a fruitless endeavor. This was to expand you in some kind of way, for your feelers to go out under the surface, for you to understand yourself a little more deeply. I'm getting ancestral healing coming through, so you are like connecting with your roots a little more deeply. You are protected, even though it may feel like the outside world is raining down on you. This squirrel has a little crown on him. You're learning how to balance your emotions, and see the beauty and the offerings within the chaos. So every time you experience chaos, you are being given an opportunity to do things differently, to try something differently. You're actually being asked to step out of almost like a commanding type of energy, or a very, I'm hearing like know-it-all, especially where I have the Hierophant out here, and step into a much more playful kind of energy. I'm hearing demoting, but it's not in a bad way. It's more of like you've been taking this or focusing on this too seriously, and then if you approach this from a more playful lens, Gratitude is also important here. You'll see what the universe has been offering you the entire time, and that this breakdown of structure is necessary. So let me just get a quick closing message for you. Okay, yeah, the chaos that you're experiencing is a sign of manifestation, and that it means that you have the ability to harness the energy around you, should you choose to get out of like a woe is me kind of energy, that instead of looking at it as like the world is attacking you, you can't handle it, it actually means that you have created some kind of change in your life, and now your mindset is the only thing that you really need. This is the magician here. Everything that they need is already inside of them. It's saying that you don't need anything external, that almost like pedestalizing things outside of you is going to keep repeating this cycle, that the chaos you are experiencing is actually created through you so that you can see what is being brought up and then use the power of your mind to lock in. You are currently getting lost to the chaos when you are actually supposed to be harnessing it. So if this resonates with you, let me know. All of my services are linked in my bio, and grab a raffle ticket. They are $5, and the next winner will be announced in like 2 weeks.